happening, everybody? Welcome back to Redemption with Jaden. We're back with some more Lackey Grand Prix gameplay on to now round 3. And I'm going to apologize for the intro here. My voice is just a little bit hoarse at the moment. Nothing to worry about or anything, but should be back to normal soon. Anyway, that probably means that the intro is going to be a little bit shorter than usual. So maybe some of you will think that's a good thing, but I'm going to do a little bit of an overview of the deck I'm playing this week because, as you can see, it's probably a little unusual or kind of off the wall, which is something I like to try to do here. So that's kind of what we're here for, right? And then I will also talk about a couple of the new spoilers and that kind of thing that has come out over the last week, but I won't spend a whole lot of time on that. So during this Lackey Grand Prix, if you recall from the last 2 weeks, I've been kind of taking some of the new promos that we've gotten this year and trying to build around them and explore them a little bit more, especially because I feel like Prince is kind of right on the verge, I guess, of being used in a lot of decks, but people are still kind of figuring out where he belongs. And Samson, I feel like, hasn't really been explored hardly at all. So I was kind of wanting to try those out and what decks with those might look like. Samson deck probably doesn't, or if you're trying to make a more competitive Samson deck, it probably doesn't look like a Judge's offense. But that was kind of fully building around Samson. What could that look like? What are some takeaways that you can then implement to a different style of deck, like maybe Posties, or even Jay had him in a kind of just like a mono gold offense that was NT, had some OT stuff, and kind of pulling from the different gold themes that were just kind of like a evil character hate deck that he posted on Discord. So that was kind of cool. But I wanted to kind of continue that process of, I guess, kind of going backwards and looking at some of the newer promos that we've gotten. But with these last two, I decided to just kind of combine them into the same deck here because neither of them really have like build around kind of vibes, I guess. They're like, they're not really cards that you build around. They're just cards that you include in, a deck that might want to use it. But I don't know. I kind of figured with the darkness, I could sort of build around it by just having a defense that I felt like could utilize it well by both getting it out, so like the Highwayman and then Prince of the Air is in here as well, because both of them can put the darkness right into play early on. And then also I felt like the defense could benefit from just having a bunch of characters that can ban, like Messenger, Rebel, Kings of the Earth. I guess the Harlot doesn't really work with the darkness, but and then the Highwayman and Deceiver can go to any character, can be a good darkness option as well. So I mean, I felt like that would just be a solid approach, I guess, with the darkness, is just putting in very having a lot of flexible characters that can you can bring in off of the darkness that your opponent might not be expecting. So that is kind of the direction I was thinking about going. And then because I was playing with both the Highwayman and Prince, I was kind of thinking like Simon the Magician is a card that I feel like hasn't been seen around much lately, in part because Peter and John have kind of just been everywhere in clay decks and GOC decks in general. Like even of the Disciples, like even if you're not playing a Disciples deck, Peter and John, they both get splashed in quite a bit, because I mean in part because of the resurrection, they can both be pulled out that way. And then John does his tossing thing, so you see him in Nativity and in other themes as well. Peter does his fortress searching, so you see him in a few decks that want to get fortresses out quickly, like my type 2 Angels Nazareth deck. Use Peter in there, so that's part of why Simon the Magician I don't think was in the final version of that deck, even in type 2 where you've got space for him. But I was kind of thinking like, well, people are playing more Joshua and there's some Genesis going around. There's just not yeah, there's still plenty of Peter and John, like, NT or like GOC good stuff kind of decks, but just not as many. So I was like, maybe Simon can get things done here. Especially if we're running like good hero removal, like Christian Martyr and Murderous Command. Maybe take out a Peter or John that's turning him off, and then just have good options available for both enhancements, like with Dissension, Antioch, Hypocrisy, Stolen Seed, even Ambush is pretty good on Simon because you can make it CBN that way. And then also, Tim pointed this out in his Type 2 video recently, or it was like a couple days ago or something. But Simon the Magician, kind of the old school play, I guess, was like Simon the Magician to abandon Red Dragon, and that was a way to make your Red Dragon CBN, before, or I guess maybe in addition to Judean Mediums. But I mean, it was, I guess Judean Mediums was around at that time when Red Dragon came out, right? Or no, I guess this was, it was early church, then persecuted church, and then and Cloud and RJ. So yeah, Judean Mediums, the persecuted church one was around, so it was another way to do it. But Simon the Magician, you can ban a Red Dragon, be protected from humans and stuff. CBN. Doing that same sort of thing here with Prince of the Air also works pretty well. So we've got Ambush that can ban in Kings of the Earth, that can ban Prince of the Air. Got Murderous Command that can add Egyptian Rebel, who can ban to Kings of the Earth, or Judas. I guess Ambush can also ban a Judas that can bring in Prince of the Air. And then also Divide and Unify is a way to ban to Prince of the Air as well. You can ban to a character from the same testament. There's also Partners with Demons, which is one that I considered for this deck as well. But I figured between Ambush, Divide and Unify, and Gates of Hell, Murderous Command, like we had plenty of ways to add Prince after Simon was in battle. So wasn't too keen on that one. I felt like Divide and Unify was just a little bit more flexible. So that's what I went with. And then that's kind of how we ended up with this offense. I wanted to use Clay. I didn't want to use Peter or John. So I was kind of like, all right, we got kind of two different directions that we could go with this. We could go priests, and that might have been the more competitive, or like, well, I don't know. I feel like this is decent as well, but it was kind of it would have been the route that could have allowed me to play like Holy of Holies and that kind of stuff, which this defense, doesn't really mind Holy of Holies. A lot of it is CBN or CBP. But I was like, you know what, let's do something a little more creative, I guess, or a little more unusual, which is the Colossae church offense. And let's try to, do something with that. We've got a few missionaries with Matthew and Paul to kind of just help move things along. Justin Martyr to help move things along. But I wasn't going to use Resurrection because I wasn't going to be using any empty tomb heroes like Peter and John. I mean, there's still an argument that could be made that I should be running empty tomb or Resurrection, and then, to get out Herod's Temple and Church of Christ and just have the ban abilities. But I was like, whatever, let's just, stick with the dominance we have. I want to run Peter's Curse. And I thought the Colossae offense would be kind of fun because I'm using Simon the Magician, and I can utilize Archippus, who, when he came out, didn't really have that many great enhancements to enable this CBN ability. But now, after GOC, he's got plenty of great enhancements. Authority of Christ is one of them. You don't have to play it on a Meek Disciple to make it CBN in this case. You could just play it on a Colossae here with Archippus out. Untouchable is also another good one. It's got Jesus in the verse. And then I've got a few in reserve here as well. Baptisms of Jesus, Power of the Spirit has Jesus in the verse, and then Unity in Christ. Making all of those options CBN seems pretty good. Ascension, it's good for other reasons, obvious reasons. And then Word of their Testimony to going on with Justin Martyr and that kind of stuff. So just some, I don't know, kind of, it's sort of Clay good stuff, but the hero lineup is much different than you're typically used to seeing, which actually, could be better in some cases with like a Prince of the Air meta where you're kind of seeing that more often. And this is, fewer brigades than, most Clay offenses where you're going to have more purple and white and that kind of stuff kind of splashed in there, where we do have some of that, but not as much, I guess. So I don't know. It's a little more Prince proof, but um, yeah, I don't know. It's still, I wouldn't recommend it necessarily, but it's decent. So anyway, we're running Peter's Curse. We're running Endless Treasures to help get to Peter's Curse. We're not, trying to win very many battles with good dominance. Of course, we have Glory of the Lord because it's still just good. And I also was thinking of running Windows of Narrow Light at one point, but then I realized it was only CBN by evil cards for Archipus, so he only makes enhancements CBN by evil cards, so Windows of Narrow Light would negate the good enhancements that I want to play still. And the similar thought with Andrew, the disciple. He was almost include here as well until I realized that, and I was like, oh, bummer. Okay. The other thing to maybe note with Archipus that I didn't actually realize until I was in the game is that it says if a heretic is in play. And so I think it's just a one-time check for the modifier. So when you put Archipus in play, if there is a heretic in play at that point, then the enhancements will be CBN, even if the heretic leaves play. As far as I can tell with just the wording, it's kind of like peace, where it's worded a little bit weirdly, because peace says, if hero enters battle or whatever, if hero's alone or something like that, and then you toss all enhancements. So once it hits that one-time check, then it will just continue to be true as long as it's still placed, but even if you ban. And so I believe that is also the case with Archipus. It kind of comes up later in the game, but or at some point in the game, but it's not like or we never played it incorrectly, I guess. So anyways, that was something to note there. So yeah, playing Glory because it's good, works well with Prince, and then you can activate Temple Veil with it, which is kind of cool. But I was kind of hoping to activate Windows of Narrow Light with it, which I thought would be kind of fun, but that's a different deck, I guess. Church of Christ, getting more CBN enhancements, but it's also CBN by an evil card, so gotta deal with that. But yeah, then other than that, the defense is just kind of chunky and has lots of battle winning options. Since Archipus checks for Heretic, I've got Simon the Magician in here, and then the next best Heretic is Deluders. The next best Heretic after that is like the False Prophet. That's kind of a drop off of usefulness, but Deluders is actually pretty decent. I mean, it used to see some play in competitive decks, probably, I mean, like shortly after Persecuted Church came out, just because there was a lot of like fight by the numbers banding and that kind of stuff in the meta. So having a Deluders, which is CBP by a good card, and then you could negate good ban abilities and also just withdraw all but one hero. So you get to pick who to leave them with, and oftentimes there was a weak link in the chain that you could utilize or abuse, I guess, with Deluders. So actually kind of nice. I mean, especially in a defense like this where, having cards like Stolen Seed and Ambush and whatnot, you can utilize that well, I guess, having that low numbered character and kind of some flexibility there. And even just that ability to discard a good enhancement is kind of nice. Taking out a good seed or, placed enhancement or something like that. So yeah, kind of decent, flexible character that, doesn't really get too much play or doesn't get seen a whole lot, but it's a heretic, so it works well with Archipus. All right. So yeah, then I also decided to just include Hopper in this deck as well, because there's not really a way to build around it in a deck that, is like, it's like, oh, I'm built around NT Hopper. Really the only thing to build around it is like playing NT Unity Lost Souls, which I thought this deck could do fine because I kind of want Galileans and Dull and Lawless for helping to get Prince out and that kind of stuff. And Imitate is nice, so I went with NT Unity for Defiled. Thought about undesirables, but I'm just not as big on undesirables if you don't have a way to like surprise it out, I guess, like, Harvest Time or Star of Bethlehem with a play a Lost Soul from a deck, star ability kind of thing. Like, it's just, if your opponent knows it's there, then it's just harder to deal with unless you're playing like Escape and Awake or something, like you're trying to get it out on turn one, where your opponent is less likely to have options to deal with it, and then you can kind of just get a free block in that sense. In the reserve, which we got a few characters that just kind of work well with the defense. Temple Thieves can be pulled out by ambush. Foreign Wives can be pulled out by Murderous Command. Judean Mediums is only pulled out by Deceiver, but then obviously Deceiver gets the other ones there as well. But yeah, I don't foresee Judean Mediums being needed all that often, I guess. I mean, like it's definitely better because you do need to get initiative with Simon, but having like Peter's Curse or something to stop their dominant interaction definitely helps make Simon more reliable. And then also Madness in here to help with Endless Treasures. I can use it on some of my orange dudes, which is kind of nice. But yeah, mostly just an outlet for Endless Treasures because we are going to have that artifact slot open sometimes if Peter's Curse or Send the Helper aren't needed. Temple Veils inherits Temple, so that'll just be open option to pick away at some of their heroes. So yeah, the round 3 game, or this game, is going to be against Mr. Emmanuel Echavarria. I gotta ask him about the pronunciation on the last name, like where the emphasis is. But anyway, Eman, always fun to play against him, so should be a good game for y'all. And speaking of new promos, we did have a new promo spoiled in the last couple days. I guess it was just yesterday as of the release of this video. David the Unifier is the summer seasonal promo, and I should have had a picture up and ready for you guys to view, but I didn't get that ready. So, but anyways, if equipped, you can take a hero, a human OT human warrior, I believe it is. Suppose I could actually like look at it and be reading it. But he's a 10-12 purple warrior class hero. If equipped, he can take a good OT human warrior from deck, maybe hand to a second Samuel warrior, cannot be negated. I think it's going to be a really good tie-in for the David's Mighty Men theme. I kind of wish that we had it in Lackey already and were able to use it and stuff so that I could use it against Chad in the, oops, I kind of spoiled it a little bit. That's who I'm pretty sure I'll be playing in the next round. But if you're not paying attention to who's where in the Lackey Grand Prix standings, then that won't spoil too much. But anyways, that's the deck that I wish I could just round it out and play that game or that deck in round 4. I kind of just messed myself up here with my thinking, but and then just get all the promos for this Lackey Grand Prix. But yeah, here we are. Not gonna quite make it there. Maybe I'll build that deck anyway and just put that in as a stand-in or something like that. I don't know. But we're playing. We kind of going through all the promos here. So that one is a new one. Should be pretty fun for that theme. Kind of rounding it out, giving that theme a David that actually works a little better with those guys. And then also for other spoilers and other news, we got an article from Tyler again here, and it was released the day that I released last week's video, so I didn't get to include that in there, but we got some new set spoilers, which the kind of main thing was this new mechanic that is being introduced with the new set Times to Come. So Power Over Prayer is one of the cards that was spoiled. It's a 7/0 white enhancement that says negate an evil card, and you may draw one if used by a Daniel hero. Repeat up to 2 times, cannot be negated. So it's a very intuitive ability. It seems like it's pretty. Everybody knows what repeat means in general English, so it's easy to figure out what this ability means, which is nice. It's always good when abilities like this are intuitive and they're being introduced. So like, new keywords. And yeah, I think that this is a cool mechanic where you can, just easily slap on a benefit for being used in a certain way, or for having some kind of condition that will let you, repeat certain abilities, or do certain abilities over again if you meet the condition. So this one is kind of like Amazing Faith. You negate evil cards and you get to get some kind of value from it. In this case, it's negate an evil card and you may draw one, which that by itself, just being cannot be negated, is pretty decent for an enhancement. But then if you're playing it in a Daniel deck, which is usually where I think this will end up being seen, you get to negate 2 other evil cards and draw 2 more cards. So um, the nice part about it, I guess, is like, kind of pros and cons versus Amazing Faith. Amazing Faith negates all evil cards. So if there are more than 3 evil cards that you want to negate, then Amazing Faith is the one to do that. Amazing Faith lets you get a good dominant from your deck, which is nice. But this card is more flexible in the sense that Amazing Faith only negates evil cards in battle, whereas Power Over Prayer, you can negate their evil battle winner. Then you can also negate their Sheol or their Gates of Hell, or their territory class evil enhancement, or their evil character ability. So you've got lots of options as well, kind of going outside of battle, be more selective. Maybe there are some evil cards in battle that you don't want to negate because they're it helped you out in some way, or I don't know. But definitely seems like a kind of Amazing Faith parallel, and I like that the power level is there, but it's not just like a duplicate. It also doesn't have the star ability. I guess it's another difference that makes it a little bit worse, but obviously we're not necessarily expecting to see many GOC level power cards in the set. And then the other spoiler from this article here is Perfidy, which is a dual alignment enhancement here, both green and brown. It says, reveal a hand, you may reserve an enhancement. If 4 or more brigades are revealed, repeat 1 time. So this is I think pretty cool. I'm excited, looking forward to using this card in particular, but also like similar cards where you get to get some benefit for or of the repeating based on this condition, and I'm excited to see kind of how they use that with different conditions. This card seems very good, very flexible. You can use it to take out at least one of your opponent's enhancements, maybe 2, depending on what they have. And then if you have ways to like copy it or whatever, like you can do it multiple times. I think it'll be kind of fun to just play around with how this can work. But and then it also, like, by itself has decent numbers to just win the battle if you reserve their only evil enhancement or only good enhancement, depending on which side you play it. Because you got the 6-1 strength here on the good side and the 0-6 on the evil side. So you might end up with a mutual or stalemate after you play this, and then you've hopefully taken out your opponent's only 1 or 2 enhancements that they could have played. So this seems like a pretty good card. It doesn't win the battle on its own, so you might need some backup to go with it. But overall, like, it's a card that I like, my personal style, I guess. I will definitely be looking forward to playing. Does it go in a like mono green or mono brown deck? Maybe not, unless it's in reserve or something. And then, like, it's just nice that it has a good and evil side to make it more accessible from your reserve. But yeah, I mean, I think that it's definitely a fun card, and it'll be fun to build some green and brown decks. And also, more spoiler-ish things were talked about on the podcast episode where John had Tyler on the threshing floor, and they talked about the new set and some of the things. Not really doing any like specific spoilers, but just kind of the design principles and all that kind of stuff. So if you are getting excited about times to come, be sure to head on over to the sponsor of this channel, Your Turn Games, and put in your pre-orders. You get the pre-order deals until this coming Monday, June 2nd. So that's just a few days away from the release of this video. So if you want a pre-order deal, then you should head on over there, get the special prices that they have going on, and then also the deal to get a $25 gift card if you pre-order a complete set. So that is all I got for the intro here. Is probably even longer than I was expecting, but here we are. My voice is glad to be almost done. So let's go ahead and get into the game with Emmanuel. Right. We got a doll.
Okay.
Good old doll.
Okay. Well, I got a ton of lost
Plenty.
souls here.
Lost souls aplenty. Oh, man.
It's just coming out. All right. I guess I will go first.
All right.
Stars. I do not have any stars.
None for me.
All right, my lost souls will trigger. I'll use disoriented on your doll,
Yep.
and I will discard. Looks like I have to do that. A Bendigo. That hurts.
I bet there he goes.
And yeah, your lost souls.
Yep. My doll is negated. Sad
Okay,
day.
so let's start. I'm gonna put down Beth Stable. Let's put down a shield.
Mm-hmm.
Messenger Satan. Daniel.
Boo.
This prayer.
Natural Daniel in the opening hand. Man.
Deck. And where's his buddy? Here's his buddy. Oh
Yep.
no, I didn't shuffle. Shuffle. Okay. I'm ready to go to battle.
Yep. That's sounds good.
Just these
Danny.
two best friends.
Michael. All right. Just those two.
Just those two, yep.
I will decline to block. Doll is yours.
Yay. I'm always happy when I can get them first turn. Um yeah, you may go.
All right. No souls. No souls. Good. 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 All right. One artifact. Two artifact. Let's put down Church of Christ. Put down Epaphras.
Oh man, what's happening?
Gonna make a Colossae token. And then we'll put down Philemon. Make another Colossae token. Do. Let's do Matthew and make another Colossae token. So many tokens.
I know.
And put down Babylon as a site. Then I guess let's see, you've got that card. So I will activate Endless Treasures. Send it to the bottom. Go find and activate Peter's Curse. No good DOMs. And then I guess I will go to battle, if that's good with you.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Cool. Your hand is protected, so we don't want to do Matthew. So let's go ahead and do Epaphras. Go to deck for a Colossae hero, which will be Archippus. Of course, that's how we do it. And then we'll ban 2 Lehman, who will. I think I want to draw. Yeah, we'll draw 3. Get greedy. All right, paid off. No loss.
Oh,
And I forgot. I'm ignoring or withdrawing heretics. So
it's
all the
my
heretics get
favorite
withdrawn.
defense. All right, I will underdeck disoriented
Sure.
into the bottom of the deck. Oh, well. First one's free, right?
Hey, we'll take it. Let's put down Archipus and playing Messenger, and you got Shield, so you probably got more demons. Let's just chill there. Yeah. Pass turn.
All right, draw 1, 2, 3. All right, no stars. I will use. Oh no. I have too many cards in my reserve.
Oh,
Uh,
you can just
I'll probably get rid of the last card that I added, which I know it was. It was
sure.
this card here.
Okay, sounds good.
Mm, yeah, so I'm not gonna. Think that's the best way. Um,
Fine with me.
oh
We'll just put an
crap!
asterisk next to it if you win. You know. No.
I was excited to try to use Liberating Angel. I just did it. Yeah,
I suppose in case like that's the people or that's the way that a lot of people deal with Daniel Michael is just get captured with Seized by Babylon or something.
yeah, it hurts. It hurts. Um, I'm going to make a. What does this one do? That's a new character. Mm, yeah, I'm gonna make a battle challenge,
All right.
and I will negate the Messenger of Satan. I guess
Uh-huh.
that's the only evil card, and I will search your deck, reserve evil card from your deck.
Sure.
Okay, see what you got. A lot.
Got some stuffs.
Oh, yeah, the darkness.
Don't take that. That would be mean. Trying to make it work and do
Uh,
things.
kind of want to see it too. So I'll reserve your 3 woes,
All right. Cool.
and then
um.
reveal to none and shuffle. Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
Should I block and draw cards? Uh. Hmm. Probably not. No, I won't. I'll decline.
Yay. You may go.
Yep. Draw 3. Hey, look. It's a hopper for you.
Ah,
No stars. Um. All right. Got an Onesimus. Make another follower token. I could just start using numbers on these guys, like counters on them, but I feel like this is more fun. Just
your whole side of the board needs to be followers tokens.
yeah, right, exactly. Although I did miss creating one with Archipus. Oops. All right. So what do we do here? let's deactivate Peter's curse. I'm going to turn over Temple Veil. And I don't get to look at your hand, but I will bounce my Matthew. I would prefer that you not borrow him for anything. Then
Oh, could have banded to him.
Yep. We do that one?
I prefer a slow Daniel deck. You know.
That's fair, yeah. Don't want to use all these GOC clay cards. Like, come on, who wants those? I think I will do that. Yeah. I'm gonna play Life Through Christ. Play banish it to play Simon the Zealous from my reserve. Protect him from evil cards this turn. That will trigger Church of Christ. We'll make another token here. And
I'm gonna get hit with impartial judgment, aren't I?
maybe. Then I think I will go to battle if that's cool with you.
Yes.
All right. Simon is coming out, negating lost souls. We'll convert him to meek, and we'll choose messenger to block.
Right. 2, 3, or
You do have the option to draw one, but if you want to be a slow Daniel deck, then
yeah, I know. I gotta take my draws when I can get them. Reveal to bottom 1.
mm-hmm.
Hey, look at that. Wait, get on the field. All right.
Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. Oh yeah, I guess it's negated by Simon though. So.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Well,
Uh,
actually, hold on. You've got humble, so I guess technically
well,
it
I
is.
draw one more, right, to
Yeah,
replace it.
you try to replace it, but yeah, you do have humble, so I guess technically you're disoriented
Negate.
as CBP. That's kind of funny.
Hey, I guess I can't negate Diamond, unfortunately. Um, let's, all right, let's negate Church of Christ.
Right. Like my follower tokens.
I'm not sure what's happening. I gotta, I gotta do something at least.
Sure.
All right.
Would you like to band?
No, I don't have anybody to ban to.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Believe it is a stalemate. High
yes,
initiative.
it is.
All right. I'm gonna play Blood of the Lamb, and I think just to avoid risking things, I'm gonna negate your Sheol.
Mm.
We'll draw 3, and that is interesting. Yeah, I guess I will not play an enhancement, but I will play Glory of the Lord.
Yep, that will work.
Sweet.
And I'll give you your hopper.
Okay. Like this whole mono clay thing, but I guess we'll mess it up a little bit. Put down Justin Martyr. And let's put down Matthew as meek. Sadly, no token for me. I will pass the turn.
Oh, Meek Matthew.
Yeah.
2, 3.
He's I don't think he's doing much for me this game.
and then stars, but I do get to reveal the top card of my deck. Oh man, where were you when I needed you? Okay. Um, for my one TC, I'm playing Jellicle Guidance.
Mm-hmm.
Look at your hand.
Yeah, come
Reveal
check out
two.
this
Oh, oh my goodness.
lovely, lovely hand I got here.
Oh, it's going to Seized by Babylon in there. I should
Maybe. I do have Babylon, so seems like it would make sense.
ambush. Ambush. That's a crimson. Oh man. All right. So that revealed to none.
Hey, wait a second. I still
Oh,
want to be able to
I
see it. Boo.
okay. Oh, I'm gonna make a battle challenge, another one,
Yep.
and I guess I have to negate shield. Boo. And then I will.
I guess you don't have Unity at the moment anyway, so.
Oh yeah, that's true. Deal to all. Oh, you don't have Seized by Babylon. As soon as I realized all that crimson, I was like, I need to get rid of that one. Okay. Um, let's do.
Can't be making more lost souls for you to rescue. As much as I love allowing you to rescue your own Daniel.
Let's reserve that one.
Hmm.
Built to none and shuffle. Okay.
Okay. Well, hmm. Still a little bit tempted to block here. Um, Probably can't get a lot of value by. Yeah. All right. I'm going to trigger Babylon, convert it to an evil character. Actually, no, it's negated now. Missed my window last turn, I guess. Silly res
Yeah, I
revealer.
knew I grabbed Reservoir for a reason.
Yep. I kind of feel like trying it out. Let's have a little bit of fun here. So I'll go Egyptian Rebel and to Judas, restricted dominance, and to the Deceiver. Go to deck for. I guess we just go that way. Go for Simon the Magician, and it is your initiative.
Oh, you gonna kill Gabe?
Hey,
Yes. I'm
no,
gonna. The child is born to abandon all your New Testament heroes.
that's kind of fun. Yep.
I don't think they do anything for me though. You may search deck reserve. Nope, can't do that. Everything's in play.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't think any of them do anything for you.
What a great benefit.
uh, all right. So just all of these guys in battle.
All of them.
All right.
I like big hands.
So my initiative then.
Yes.
All right. Let's do. That's kind of funny. I'm gonna play ambush. Just going to take the highwayman from my reserve.
Oh, of course.
Then we'll ban to the highwayman and diluters. So let's do the highwayman first. I get to draw 3. White, green, silver.
Yes.
Oh, found a lost soul for you.
Hey, now it's a rescue attempt.
And
I need
then,
to try.
then with the diluters, we will discard the child is born. And now that it's a rescue attempt, I'm kind of concerned about leaving Gabriel in battle by himself here. So I think as much as I would like to get rid of Gabriel, let's withdraw everybody. Oh wait, actually, never mind. I have to leave Gabriel because it just negates. Well, let's see. So if I discard the child is born, then it's not in play to be negated by the band or the negate band abilities, right?
Uh, you is that technically like an interrupted negate? I mean, an interrupted discard because you interrupted the battle with ambush.
Well, ambush only interrupts the last card you played, so it'd basically just interrupt whoever you banded in last.
Oh, okay.
The character that you banded in last. So then I think because the child is born is no longer in play, then it doesn't get negated by diluters, but I'm not positive on that, so we could check if you would like to.
Wow. I agree with you. I love that ruling.
Okay.
What you just stated. No, I don't. Whatever you think. No better than I
Um
do.
that would be my understanding because yeah, if the child is born is no longer in play, the card abilities resolve in the order that they're printed. Um so that, or if you're all right with just going that way,
Yep.
then I will use diluters to withdraw all but one hero, and I'm gonna leave you with hey, can I sacrifice one of my follower tokens? Do I just leave you with Anissimus? Let's leave you with a follower token.
All my plan is coming together.
So you like play entertaining angels and Bandon Michael and Reservoir.
And the follower token dies.
All right, fought bravely.
And it's going to be, let's see, it's only for battle, right? Player draw. Oh, I don't even have it. Okay, you can go.
Cool. All right, we got an imitator and a Galileans, and you've got Reservoir. So, boo. Kind of want to be able to do that, I guess. So yeah, let's do. Um, Hypocrisy is my territory class enhancement for turn. We'll bounce your Reservoir, Foretelling Angel, and we'll bounce my. I wonder if Archippus. He says if a heretic is in play instead of while. So I wonder if that's just a one-time check when he comes into play. Hmm. Um, I don't actually know, but I'm gonna assume that's the case. I'm gonna bounce him and my Simon as well.
Mm.
And then I'll put him down. And so I think I'm pretty sure you can still check the condition even though you've got distressed. Um,
Yeah, because it'd be a modifier, right?
yeah. So there is a heretic, well, a couple of heretics in play, so that condition is fulfilled. Let's do send the helper. I will not bounce anybody. And then I will go to battle if that's good with you.
Yep.
All right, let's do. Go that way or that way. Let's just do it this way. Yep. I'll just attack with a meek Saint Simon. Trigger, send the helper. Take a good card from reserve.
Send the helper's negated, right?
By.
Oh no.
Oh yeah,
This is my
yeah. Because
hand.
I got your res revealer. Which one do I want here? Let's just do Baptism of Jesus. And that is my rescue.
Okay. I will block with the deceiver.
Mm-hmm.
Going to reserve.
It's no
You're
big
getting
deal.
medium. And to a demon or yeah, okay. I'll bend to that one and place on. Oh, I place it on. Yeah, I guess. Justin Martyr
Okay.
and search reserve for Beelzebub and I'll bend to Prince of this Air. And you may play a New Testament Fortress from deck or draw two. I'll draw two.
Mm-hmm.
Two. Oh man. Okay. Um, and you may underdeck up to X amount of cards and Lost Souls. Good brigade. So you have two good brigades, right? Clay and white.
Yep.
How underdeck? Simon is one,
Knew I should have
and
put down Justin Martyr.
um, the the Highwayman.
All right. I guess the order could kind of matter. Do you care which order they were underdecked in? I did Highwayman first
Uh,
and then Simon.
yes.
Okay. Yep, that will work, unfortunately. And I will. Hmm, think I will just pass. Yep.
Draw my three.
I was hoping you didn't have the prince there.
Such a great card. No stars. I'm not going to use. Uh, I am going to go into reserve for Lost Child Found.
All right.
8 cards in your hand. Put down for telling. Oh no.
Oh.
What am I doing? I'm sorry. Click that twice. That was one of the cards that I drew with Prince of this Air.
Ah, nice.
I was like, no. Wanted to use the star ability more.
Yeah.
Uh,
Meshach is nice too. That guy again.
yeah, it's not gonna work. All right. I'm gonna make a rescue attempt.
Uh-huh.
Man, these CBN characters, CBP. What is this? Come out with Meshach to
Mm-hmm.
draw one. Nah, look at that.
Oh wow, when did that card get there?
And Bandit Daniel. We'll band to Michael. And that is all.
Just those three, huh?
They found another friend.
Joining the party. Okay. How do we do this? Getting your characters. I'm gonna ask for dominant initiative.
No. Sure.
I'm gonna play Son of God. And I'm gonna rescue Humble.
Ooh.
And then I think I'm good to block.
I want to play it. Can I play Dom?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna play 3 wolves as good to negate Judith.
Okay.
Oh wait, that wouldn't matter, would it?
I don't think so.
Well then, I'm still play dominant, so that's okay. Play crowd's choice. Ooh, search my deck for Son of God,
Yep.
and I'll rescue your humble.
Yep.
Now I didn't even need to play 3 wolves.
Fair enough. All right, so I'll just mark that it's still on him. Okay. So now that that's out of the way, I feel like we still.
It's not betraying me in this game.
um. All right. Well, I guess that makes my decision a little bit more cut and dry. We'll just block with Messenger. We'll draw 3 from the bottom. And then ban to a human. Pretty sure we're just gonna do Judean mediums and demons and magicians. Demon and magician. Let's do. Yeah, we should just play it safe, I guess. We'll ban to Beelzebub, ban to Prince, and then Prince of the Air will play. His fortresses are negated right now anyway, so let's just draw 2. Defiled. And then you've got 3 good brigades.
I do.
So, just do the heroes in battle, or do we leave you with something? Let's do. Yeah, we'll interdict Daniel, Michael, Daniel, Meshach, and Sheol.
Underdeck those 3.
Actually, do I care about Sheol particularly? Let's do Daniel, Michael, and Reservealer. Or Daniel, Meshach, and Reservealer, leaving Michael in battle.
Send to bottom of deck.
Uh,
Oh,
I don't think. Let's see. It still shows me that you have 18 cards in deck, so I think they got
It shows me 21.
Yeah, I think it's the weird Lackey glitch where, like, if you underdeck
Uh,
multiple cards at the same time, then sometimes they just vanish.
reveal.
So I'd probably just do like reveal bottom 3 times and then underdeck them one at a time. Oh, maybe that'll work. Yeah.
So which one do you want to go first?
Nah, I don't really care. And then I will ask for dominant initiative once again.
Sure.
Let's go ahead and murder Michael.
Oh, poor Michael. You had a good run. Man, I should have never showed you that play. I knew it.
I had no idea like that. Yeah, it just seemed really strong though after you did it.
You may go.
All right. Draw 3. Hey, I get to use my lawless. Yeah, we'll do it on myself. Found a harvest. Found murderous command. First on the bottom. Make a harvest. Oh, that's not a harvest token. That one's a harvest token. That's for you. And then go to upkeep. We'll imitate my lawless because I can do that too. And hey, there's my second coming. We're gonna get the darkness because I want to do it. And then we'll put the darkness down because that's cool. We'll put the character face down on the darkness because I can do that as well. I think oddly my best chances or my optimal play I think is to activate Peter's curse. And then I will go to battle if that's good with you.
That is fine with me.
We're gonna send out Simon. We're gonna convert him to Meek, and we're gonna choose Prince of the Air.
Boo. All right. uh, so I'm gonna just draw my 2 and under deck Archibus. Oh, not Misius as well.
2 territory class guys. Taking out Archipus. That's kind of rude. Um. All right. So my initiative.
Yes. Oh, so stupid of me. Yes.
All right. We'll just do it the easy way, I guess, and play that one. Don't need Archipus to make that one CBN.
Oh, you do. Not that I could do with that one. Let's give you that one.
Cool. Um, let's put down Paul. Down Kings of the Earth as a Crimson Egyptian. And I will discard the Angel of the Winds. And I will pass the turn.
Yeah. Grab chambers. The 2. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, I guess Sworded Spirit dies too. So it's still controlled by you.
Yes. Okay. Um, that's interesting. Can't play that card. So I'm gonna put down Chamber of Angels, and I will like to go to battle.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Come out with Captain of the Host by his lonesome.
Captain of the Host coming right in. I guess I do get a draw 1 from Defiled. Take that. And I get to do banding stuff still. I don't want to pass initiative. So I will block with Messenger. I guess I could have done that, but oh. Messenger will draw 1 from the bottom. And ban to Simon. My initiative.
Yep. I knew it.
It will. I'll play Dissension and Antioch to withdraw Captain.
You put Captain into Chamber.
Yep.
And I knew it. I knew that was gonna happen. I'm gonna discard Lost Child Found.
Right.
And
Oh, what's your top card right now? KOT.
yeah. Back down. Fallen Star. You may go.
So we'll be playing a little bit of roulette, will we? Where did I? Okay, I'm gonna look at my deck list here. Okay, I did put that in there. I was like, did I put Prince of the Air in my deck?
Yeah, I saw it in there.
Okay,
I
that's
saw it
good.
in there.
Maybe I had. Or did I
Maybe it's a
reveal
dark.
it with Lawless and just? I think it was probably on the one that I just snap took Darkness right away. Maybe it was. Okay. It's like I thought I would have taken it if I saw it, but I guess if I just took Darkness right away, that makes sense. All right. So upkeep, I can do imitate. Uh, and we'll just imitate Lawless. Yeah, okay, there he is. All right.
Yeah.
I was like, am I going crazy here? And there's Second Coming right on top, which is nice.
And now it's on the bottom. Now I gotta figure out how to discard the bottom card of your deck.
Well,
Oh,
I think it's still on
bottom.
top. I guess I'm not sure how that works exactly, but we'll put down Gates of Hell,
Oh
which
yeah, you only have 4 cards.
I guess notably this was the wrong Gates of Hell to play. It is negated by your Chamber of Angels because the promo one
Does it
is in
play?
your territory, not in set aside area.
Yeah.
I'll put down Herod's Temple, put down an artifact. Guess we'll deactivate Peter's Curse. Put down Onesimus. Guess I should keep as many cards in my hand as I can. Because I play Second Coming, you'll get a Fallen Star trigger. Unless I can negate it somehow. Um, let's just do it this way. Play it safe. I'll activate Send the Helper and we'll bounce Simon. And I will play Good Seed as my territory class and hasten for turn, and then I will go to battle, if that's cool with you.
Yep.
All right. Let's do Simon, Vertamik, choose Fallen Star to block. And I guess that triggers first. You get the option of whether or not you would like to withdraw me before I send the helper trigger.
So you're saying, oh, so because I decline the withdraw, then you'll be able to, yeah, I
Right, yeah.
guess.
So if you decline the withdraw, then I just don't or then I could use send the helper at that point. If you make me withdraw, I'd have to present, and then I could use send the helper. Or yeah, because I chose the blocker. Yeah.
Does it really matter? I'm not gonna be able to four. Yeah, I'll withdraw you.
Okay. So he's withdrawn. My gospel humans are protected. I will just send out I guess those are gospel. My tokens
Tokens.
are
Yeah.
gospel. That's funny. Um what are the numbers on Archippus? I don't actually know. Let's do Epaphras. Go to my deck for Archippus. 7/6 is perfect. I'm gonna ban 2 Archippus from my hand. And I am a 10/10. My initiative?
Yeah.
Or yeah, I guess choosing not to
Um,
use send the helper.
wait. Yeah, it's your initiative.
Okay. Let's do uh yeah. I'll just play Untouchable and we'll bounce Fallen Star. Not be negated because it's got Jesus in the verse.
Yep, that would work. And good game.
Good game.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if there was any other line of play. I had Mayhem and
Oh, sure.
Glory. Well, like if I do Mayhem, then you'll get Second Coming,
Uh,
possibly.
yeah. And if you
Uh,
do Glory, I can just good seed.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I had Dragon's Wrath and Red Dragon, but
Oh, sure.
I did not want to put Fallen Star down that line.
Yeah, well, I mean, it did, like, putting Fallen Star down means I can't just attack, draw, play Second Coming, and guarantee to get
That's
Son of
true.
God. I mean, like, it's a 1 in, like, 10, I guess, that you hit it, but I just figured, like, might as well do what was a little bit more guaranteed.
And I did a Second Coming in my hand. I think my strategy this game was just not to play a lot of dominance. Just didn't work.
Wait, see, oh, you had Second Coming in hand?
Yeah, I had three dominance in my hand.
Did
What I
you
should have done
did you want to play
the
Second Coming before you gave up the Lost Soul?
no, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Um, During the last turn, what was it? When I blocked with Prince of the Air, I was kicking myself because I should have underdecked um, Peter's Curse and then played Glory with Prince of the Air, right?
Oh,
That have been it?
did you did I have Peter's Curse active that turn when you blocked with Prince?
I think you did because I wanted to play Glory and I couldn't, and then I realized that after the fact.
No, I think with the one that you did or you blocked with Prince, I had Send the Helper active because that was the turn that I got Baptism of Jesus for my reserve. So I just attacked with Meek Simon
and then
and
you
then
play
you
the third. Ah,
yeah,
well, I don't know what I
or
was thinking. I was
no,
hallucinating.
oh, I see what you're saying. It was the second turn. Okay, when I chose Prince to block.
Yes, when you chose Prince to
Yeah.
block,
Okay.
and you
Yeah.
had Peter's curse active.
Yeah. Because I was thinking that you might have had glory, and then yeah, so I activated Peter's curse there. Yeah, because I didn't have second coming, so I was like, well, I'm not gonna be able to if I if I don't draw into my second coming, then I'm not gonna be able to win this turn anyway. So I might as well do Peter's curse to help guarantee the rescue. But yeah, I suppose yeah, Prince. If you underdeck Peter's curse, yeah, that would have been the way to go.
It was all downhill because I discarded a Bendigo.
Just from that point on, it was nothing. Okay, so on that turn when you played the Child is Born to abandon all my offense, did you have anything else that you could have played on
Oh no,
Gabriel?
I did
Uh,
not. I was like,
so it
all
would have
right,
been
thank you.
so it would have been better if Deluders just negated Child is Born and then left you with Gabriel. Yeah. I was like, because I drew a Lost Soul and I didn't have any other interrupts or negates, I was like, oh, if he's got Faith Unbowed, then he just gets the rescue here. And that feels bad. I kind of feel like I should have Sapphira in this deck still. Like, I don't know. I didn't put her in because I guess I've got the two CBP enhancements. But yeah, I mean the main thing I was trying to do was like Simon to and then have ways to add or abandon Prince, make him CBN that way instead of just Judean mediums. That's what
Yeah, no,
everybody does.
it's a good defense. Crimson, it scares me.
Yeah, I
Free
mean,
Crimson.
especially against
Oh
Daniel, I
my
think
god.
it's a good matchup.
Yeah, it is. What evil card did you have flip? What was the darkness? Are you gonna try it again next week? Cause it
Oh, it was a lost soul. No, I'm just kidding. It
Mhm.
was a Hierophant.
Like,
uh, yeah, it was. So I mean, that was kind of the thing. So like last week, I did a deck kind of built around Samson. This week or the week before, I did a deck that was kind of built around Prince of the Air. So I was kind of working my way back through the like newer promos, and I was like, I don't really know what deck would be built around the darkness necessarily, but any deck with like Prince and the Highwayman where I can get darkness out, sooner or like earlier, I guess, is gonna be my best bet of kind of building around it, so to speak. So I did that, and then I did the NT Lost Soul Unity for the NT Hopper. Get the kind of two seasonal promos in there.
ooh, yeah, that does work. That is cool.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I hate to say it, but I feel like Daniel. I guess Expatriator helps, but like yeah, Daniel might suffer a bit at the hands of Prince of the Air.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Daniel.
I mean, I guess you don't do a lot of drawing or searching, so like if you can kind of avoid triggering
Judean.
Judean mediums once you get your dudes. But
Servants by the River helps.
oh sure, yeah, protects from loan, right? So yeah, if they just have any way to ban a prince, but yeah, I suppose if Daniel's negating things, and as long as you don't, uh, Daniel's negating evil characters, and as long as you don't draw or search, then yeah, I guess that helps. Um, yeah, there's not a lot that can ban a prince that's CBP except for with like humble and that kind of stuff.
Well, I think what did I do last time? It was Messenger of Satan to Judas to Prince. I think that
Oh
was one
sure,
of my big defense against Tim.
oh sure, yeah,
Such a great card. Prince, such a great card.
yeah, yeah. I think you won that game, right?
Yes.
Against him, yeah, yeah. I think I watched that one. It's a good one.
Yeah,
Um,
you sold dry to me a little bit better than he did.
which is weird because his deck is actually kind of built to do that.
Well, didn't help. He played Harvest Time
Oh, sure.
the first turn.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, I mean, in this game, I mean, it was kind of weird because I drew a lot of my defense early, except for like Simon and Prince. I drew pretty much everything else, like all of my evil enhancements early on. Uh,
That was a
which,
big defense in that hand.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I did have. I mean, it's definitely a bigger defense, and I ended up with a lot of my good enhancements in reserve, which is, I guess, why I was missing most of them or some of them at the end there. But yeah, or at the beginning. I mean, but
Well, thank you for beating up on me.
well,
You,
it was. I feel like uh, the matchup there with the defense didn't do you any favors there, where it was just kind of a good anti-Daniel thing. Which, yeah, I guess the darkness. Who knew? Good anti-Daniel defense. Yeah. Just
learn something new every
the
week.
cards that
That's why we
work
watch
well
your
with the
videos.
darkness. What's that?
I said that's why we watch your videos to learn something new every week. Like it's Thursday. Watch
Yeah.
it like it's like a Saturday morning cartoons.
I'm just imagining you like grabbing your blanket, sitting on the floor in the living room, and watching my video on TV.
I'll stop there. No. Well,
uh,
you have a good night.
all right. Yeah, you too, man. Catch you later.
Bye.